You ever think about how betrayal doesn't just come from the person you love, but sometimes from the people standing right behind them, smiling in your face? That's what burned me the most. It wasn't only her. It was her mother too, the woman who hugged me at family dinners, who said she was proud to have me in her daughter's life, who called me son. She wasn't just watching my girlfriend lie, she was helping her do it. I'll never forget the day it all clicked. It wasn't one big explosion at first, not some dramatic movie moment. It was quiet, subtle, the kind of thing you almost brush off until it crawls into your brain and refuses to leave. She had been acting strange for months, late nights at study groups, phone always face down, new clothes she said were on sale. I wanted to believe her. Hell, I needed to believe her. Because when you love someone, you tell yourself little lies to protect yourself from the big one you know is hiding in the dark. Then one evening, she came home flustered, tossed her bag on the counter, headed straight to the shower. While the water ran, I noticed her mum's car idling outside. Weird. Why would her mum drop her off and not come in? They're usually attached at the hip. I waved out the window, but the car peeled away. My gut twisted. She came out 20 minutes later, smelling of lavender soap, hair wet, face flushed. I asked casual, "Your mum was here, why didn't she come in?" She froze for half a second, too quick for anyone else to notice. But I did. Then she smiled. "Oh, she just dropped me off after we went shopping." Shopping? At 9:30 at night. It should have ended there, right? A small lie, easily swallowed, but that's the thing about lies. They multiply. They breed. And once you start watching, you can't unsee them. 2 weeks later, I found the first piece of proof. I was grabbing laundry when something slipped from her hoodie pocket. A receipt from a restaurant, not unusual, except the date and time lined up exactly with the night she said she was with her mum, helping pick out curtains. 2 entrees, 2 drinks, and her mum doesn't drink. I asked her about it later, casually. She didn't even blink. "Oh yeah, mum ordered a cocktail. Just one." She was stressed. My stomach dropped. She was quick, too quick. That was rehearsed, and that's when I realized they were working together. She wasn't just lying to me. Her mum was backing her up. That knowledge gnawed at me. Every family dinner became unbearable. Her mum smiling across the table, asking me about work, about life, while knowing she was actively helping her daughter cheat. I wanted to scream, but I stayed silent, because silence gives you time, and I needed time. Then came the night that shattered everything. She was out with her mum again. I didn't believe it. Something in me snapped, and I followed. Parked a few blocks away, kept my lights off. Sure enough, she wasn't at her mum's house. She was at some guy's apartment. The lights flicked on, her silhouette moved behind the curtains. Then his. 2 shapes. 1 truth. I drove home in a daze. Sat in the dark kitchen, until she returned hours later, hair messy, shirt untucked. She leaned down, kissed me on the cheek, whispered, "Thanks for being so patient with me lately." I almost laughed. Patient? No. Patient was done. Patient was dead. But strategic, that was alive. Weeks passed. I didn't confront her. I let her think she was winning. Let her mom keep spinning cover stories. Every lie they told, I collected like evidence in a file. Because I wasn't going to explode in anger. I was going to detonate with proof. And then the final piece fell into my lap. Literally. I was taking out the trash one morning, when I saw it at the bottom of the bathroom bin. A pregnancy test box. My heart stopped. She hadn't told me anything. I dug deeper, pulled out the test itself. Still in the wrapper, faint pink lines showing positive. My knees went weak. I waited until she left, then checked the bathroom cabinet. Shoved behind her makeup bag was another box. Empty. She'd tested more than once. She knew, and she hadn't said a word. I sat on the bathroom floor, holding that stick, shaking. My mind raced. Was it mine, or his? The thought made me nauseous. I needed to know. That night, she came home glowing, radiant in a way I hadn't seen in months. She kissed me long and sweet, and for a second, I almost let myself believe it. Then she whispered, "I love you so much. You're going to be such a great dad one day." My chest caved in. One day, not now. She was hiding it. The next morning I checked her phone, while she showered. I'd never done it before, but desperation kills boundaries, and there it was, a text from him. Still can't believe it's ours. I'll help you figure it out. Don't stress. Your mom's on our side. I nearly dropped the phone. Ours. He didn't mean me. He meant him. I wanted to smash the phone, confront her, demand answers, but I didn't. Instead, I saved the message, took a photo of the test, and slowly, piece by piece, I put together the file that would end them both. Her mom kept covering. She's with me tonight. She stayed here after yoga, lies on top of lies. I nodded, smiled, thanked her. All the while, I knew, and I was waiting. Because if betrayal is going to burn, then let it burn in the open. And when it finally did, it burned hotter than either of them ever expected. The day I finally acted, it wasn't dramatic at first. No shouting, no slamming doors, just me at the kitchen table with a manila envelope. Inside, the photo of the pregnancy test, the screenshot of his text, and a handwritten note with 5 words on it. Whose son do you want? I didn't address it to her. I addressed it to her mum, because if she was bold enough to help cover the affair, then she could be bold enough to look the truth in the face. I mailed it. No return address, no explanation, just the evidence. And then I waited. 2 days later, my phone rang, her mother's number. I stared at it until it went to voicemail. Seconds later, another call, then a text. We need to talk, please. I didn't respond. The silence was my weapon. That evening she came home pale, shaky, dropped her purse on the floor, and stared at me like I was a stranger. Why would you do that? She asked, voice trembling. I looked her in the eye. Do what? You sent it to her. The test. The messages. She knows everything now. I leaned back in my chair, calm. Good. She should. She's been lying to me, just as much as you have. Tears welled up in her eyes. You don't understand. She was trying to protect me. Protect you, I snapped. The calm finally cracking. From what? From honesty, from facing the man you've been sleeping with, from the child that isn't mine. She flinched like I'd struck her, but I didn't let up. You dragged me into this circus, and your mum stood there applauding. If she wanted to play savior, she should have saved me from wasting years on someone who couldn't tell the truth if her life depended on it. She broke then, collapsed into a chair, sobbing, muttering apologies that sounded as empty as every excuse she'd given me before. I didn't comfort her. Not this time. I let the silence choke her, because sometimes silence is louder than any words. The fallout came fast. Her mother called again the next day, begging me to meet. I agreed, not for her, but for me. I wanted to see her face when she tried to spin this. We met at a cafe. She looked 10 years older than the last time I saw her, hands shaking, eyes hollow. I'm sorry, she whispered before I even sat down. I sipped my coffee, said nothing. She tried again. I didn't know what else to do. She's my daughter. She was scared. I thought if I covered for her long enough, maybe she'd make a choice. Maybe she'd come clean. I laughed bitterly. Come clean? She was never going to. Not when she had you patching up her lies. You weren't protecting her. You were enabling her. Her eyes filled with tears. I thought I was protecting you too. That stung. I leaned forward, voice low. Protecting me would have been telling me the truth the first time you watched her sneak out to his apartment. Protecting me would have been telling me the baby wasn't mine before I decorated the damn nursery. You didn't protect me. You protected the illusion. She broke then, sobbing quietly into her hands. I stood, tossed a few bills on the table, and left without another word. When I got home, my girlfriend was waiting, eyes red, suitcase by the door. I'm going to stay at Mom's for a while, she said softly. I nodded. Good. She hesitated, then whispered, It's his. The baby. It's his. For a moment, I felt my chest cave in. Not because I didn't know, I already did, but because hearing her say it out loud made it final, made it real. I nodded again. Then go build that life, with him, with your mom's help. Because you don't have me anymore. And that was it. She left. The door closed, and for the first time in months, the house was quiet. Not the suffocating quiet of secrets, but the clean quiet of truth. The weeks that followed were messy. Friends called, shocked. Some blamed her. Some blamed me for not working it out. I didn't care. I had my proof, my clarity, my freedom. Her family tried to smooth things over, but I didn't answer. I didn't need to. One night, I pulled out the pregnancy test again. The faint pink lines stared back at me, proof of betrayal in its rawest form. But instead of rage, I felt relief, because that little stick hadn't just told me the child wasn't mine. It had told me the relationship wasn't mine either. It never was. It belonged to lies, to deceit, to a family willing to build a house of cards and call it a home. And me, I walked away, not with bitterness, but with resolve. Because sometimes the greatest revenge isn't screaming or breaking things. It's living free of the people who tried to bury you in lies. She had her affair partner. She had her mother's help. She had her baby. But she didn't have me. And that, in the end, was what shattered her the most.